I am cleaning up my van, believe it or not. I got one garbage bag almost full. I got all those pop bottles over there from God knows how long ago. Got a half bag of chips spilled there. Yes, I'm going to do a van blog, and I'll try to speak up as loud as I can. I know some of you guys don't like these van blogs very much, but it just today's been a very kind of bizarre day for me because I know I don't have the GoPro. Dude, you spend all that money on the GoPro and you don't use it. Well, I am using it. It's just I'm getting some footage. It's going to be released as it's going to be released. I'm trying to with the GoPro. I'm trying to. Oh yeah, reverse. I'll end up in the freaking building. With the GoPro, I'm trying to really up the quality of what I do and stuff like that. So it takes more planning, and I got a couple of things that I got planned. Like my ski trip, whenever I do my ski trip, which is only like 2 towns over, but I guess 2 towns over. Heck, it's +3 right now. We're January thaw, and today would actually be a really good day to go skiing. Watching the snowmobilers coming out of here. Warp 95, snowmobile trail right here. Today's a bizarre day, like I was saying. Okay, so today is the 21st, and I think this is our turning point heading towards spring, so to speak. Solstice. No, we're already past the solstice. What am I talking about? But it is the 21st. We're a month past the solstice. Oh wow, he's got that whole roof to do. Better him than me. So bizarre day for me. Why is it a bizarre day? Is it because Donald Trump got inaugurated yesterday? And I watched, or you could either say yesterday, it's going to be referred to historically as 2 days. Today, Donald J. Trump was inaugurated as president, 45th president of the United States, yeah. Or the more dramatic, the day of the SJW apocalypse. Where the guy's built a snowman for his little guy. Holy shit, that's a big snowman. It's like 10, 12 feet tall. Nice. Good job. And I don't know if you've seen some of these SJW freakouts. Like, I know you shouldn't laugh at mentally ill people because they can strike anybody. I know that. And I know better. I do. But allow me to demonstrate. As they're announcing, and if you haven't seen I think the girl had green hair, green jacket on, anyway, whatever. I think it was a girl. It's hard to say with this gendered fluid thing, Anyway, sitting there with her hands in the air waiting for the announcement. And it's like, okay, Donald J. Trump is the 45th president. And she's like, no, just having like a brain hemorrhage, kind of just the worst. I can only imagine the psychological trauma this tender snowflake is going through. The amount of therapy that is going to need and require for this little tender snowflake. Okay, well, whatever, I'm over it. So that's one thing. So there's a bit of a dysphoria for me right now because it's like, I know we're in uncharted waters geopolitically. And things are happening at a speed that don't normally happen in government, such as Donald Trump's already, day one, he's already at work. Like, this man, I think, is a workaholic, number one. I mean, well, considering the empire he's built for himself, he's now just basically consolidating the United States, and I did another video about that. So God knows how much what we're going to see. And all I can say is just prepare yourselves wisely. The tender snowflakes, they're not all wrong. There is hardship coming down the road. But not even 24 hours after this man is sworn in, White House is basically changing rhetoric. You're seeing like basically removing the LGBTQ agenda, which will do lots for the nation. That radical, and I'm not against these people as human beings. I'm not even against their right to whatever pronoun they want to use. I don't care. Marry a fence post. I don't care. I'm a libertarian that way, but where I do draw the line is the sexualization of children, the fact that they're trying to legalize pedophilia. I don't think that's going to happen under Trump's watch. Anybody that tries to go against Trump on that one, I think will be massacred, literally. Like they will literally be dragged behind a truck, or forced to listen to Justin Bieber for 22 hours. Like, I mean, I don't know what would be worse, dragged behind a truck, dipped in iodine, dragged behind a truck over pavement full of razor blades and broken glass, or listen to Justin Bieber for 22 hours. I don't know. I think I'd be begging mercy at the 4-hour mark. I don't know. I guess I'll take the truck. I guess I'll take the truck. The scary part is I'm not kidding. But anyway, so you got that going on. He's already talking about where usually the president, Barack Obama went to Turkey, I believe, first, which was kind of really weird. Something a president usually, the first visit from a president is usually up here to Canada, maybe the UK, But usually Canada's one of the first, whatever, 'cause it's just we're the closest, maybe even Mexico, whatever. But no, it looks like Putin's going to be on Obama's first list, and he's already got the first wheel and deal going out there on Obama now, on Putin, saying, we'll lift the sanctions if you help us fight terrorism. That means ISIS is going to be cleared out. So this is a good thing. This is a good thing. John McCain is having a hemorrhage right now. I'm okay with that. I mean, I wonder, I'd like to see the stereo footage of this SJW snowflake aside John McCain both going, no, at the same time. It'd be priceless. Obviously, Trump took a couple of pot shots at Obama during the inauguration of, these politicians who, bitch about everything and do nothing, which, again, according to the mainstream media, Obama was like the best president ever, but Now, Mark Zuckerberg has thrown his hat into the ring for 2020, which does kind of concern me, because Mark Zuckerberg does have the power to manipulate his way to presidency. I mean, he's got one of the biggest social media sites out there. And that would bring on the transhumanism, the progressive agenda like you wouldn't believe if Mark Zuckerberg was president. There would not, people like me we'd be executed. We'd be executed. We'd disappear in the middle of the night. You'd never hear from us again. But that said, we're on the eve of a disastrous renaissance. Like every renaissance, all renaissances, pretty much in history, come out of the eve of some sort of dark age, disaster, whatever, and then you see this blooming of spirituality, this blooming of incredible arts, stuff like that. Well, here's the thing. If they're removing LGBTQ from the White House, all references to climate change and stuff like that, this is not only a changing of the guard, but it's a complete replacing of the rhetoric. Meaning, I don't know what Donald Trump's going to replace it with. I can imagine he'll stick to his theme, patriotism and stuff like that. And ironically, when I'm talking about the disaster is, the thing is you've got the mainstream media out there saying all the patriots taken to the streets, all these tender snowflake SJWs and Antifa. Now the Antifa, these guys, I think, they're definitely not the Nazis in the Ukraine that overthrew their government. These guys, they're not organized. They hate their own country. And I'm not pro neo-Nazi. What I'm saying is we're dealing with a different mindset. The people that George Soros and Victoria Nuland paid to overthrow the government of Ukraine were very nationalistic. They with Ukraine, for example, and I'm not an expert on Ukraine, I've never been there, but we do have a big Ukrainian population here in Canada, stuff like that. One of the largest outside Ukraine, second or third largest. I think it's either Russia has a larger Ukrainian population than us, or we do. So we're talking like 1.2 million Ukrainians in Canada. And they're very patriotic Canadians, there's no doubt about that. But, they know what their heritage is, and that's why you have to support Ukraine here in Canada against Russia. That's a part of it. A lot of it is politics, but a lot of it is populism, playing the populism, which Trump has played the populism. Putin plays the populism. That's where these globalists lose it. Is they lose the populism. They don't realize this. They give up on the populism for globalism, and basically they move from populism to individualism. Now, individualism is great for individual liberty and stuff like that. I'm all for that. But you do need to have tribalism and nationalism to a good degree to protect a nation, or else you won't have a nation. And this is what's going on in Europe right now with the migrant crisis, which I think, if Putin and Obama work together, that means he'll probably be working with Assad to a small degree and more neutral on Iran. But I'm still worried about Trump's stance on Iran. That does worry me. We could just see a flipping of the Cold War, where during the Cold War, the idea under Henry Kissinger, which is one of the biggest criminals in the world, was to basically use China against Russia, but instead they just built two massive superpowers to fight at the same time that became allies. So it kind of backfired. So are we going to see a role reversal where the United States will now butter up to Russia and go to the other Red Scare of Red China? I don't know. I really don't know. I think Trump, so far, is really signaling that the cards he's going to play are going to be slow. We're not going to see them all at once, and they're not going to play out smoothly, all of them. But, holy damn, have you ever seen a government get something done on the first day? First day in office. 24 hours since he had his hand on the Bible. Yeah. Yeah. Now, there was a couple of comments I saw. I thought it was kind of funny. There was a brick. There was, I think, Abraham Lincoln's Bible and then his mother's Bible, for the swearing. So he swore on 2 Bibles. I was like, that's double down, right? But everybody's making a reference. You got Abe Lincoln's Bible, Donald Trump's mother's Bible, if that's true. I don't know. That's just what I heard. And then underneath the brick, the first brick for the Mexican wall. I know, bad joke. Triggered. Yeah, I get it. But, the memes are already starting, right? The Hitler references are already starting. The SJWs are in psychological meltdown. I'm only wondering how many are going to commit suicide last night. We're going to hear reports of this stuff because that's what happens when you have a societal collapse on the verge of a renaissance. You just see such radicalness. And I'm going to do this myself. I'm one of those guys, like I didn't go at this, and I still don't go at this as hard as I probably should. And I'm glad I don't, because I'm seeing the burnout. The people that fought so hard to get Trump to where he is, to support him, taking the bashings from the politically correct left, which is still technically in power and being unseated. Now, removal of power is always goes down in history, but either as violent, peaceful, or conquered. There's usually only those 3: block, attack, retreat, chess moves, like I'm always talking about. I like to simplify things into chess moves: block, attack, and retreat. But block, attack, and retreat in 2-dimensional chess is hard. In 3-dimensional chess is even harder. In 4-dimensional chess is insane. That's very hard to follow that. And we're about to enter that. We're about to enter that chess game where black swans are going to come out like you wouldn't believe. Zuckerberg against, let's say, Bernie Sanders. Okay, well, I think Sanders would lose to Zuckerberg. Why? Just the popularity contest of it. But both have kind of the same ideology. I would say Zuckerberg is going to be way more authoritarian than you can possibly ever imagine against people like me, people like Edward Snowden, whatever. He is not for freedom of speech. This is very clear. Again, you judge people by their actions. Zuckerberg gives in to whatever Turkey or China has just to do business there. Okay, fair enough. This man will roll wherever he does. But that means he's also going to give in to Saudi Arabia. He's going to give in to do that, just to do business there. So in other words, the people mean nothing to him. It's about Zuckerberg's empire. So I will be keeping an eye on Zuckerberg when he's now mentioning throwing his hat in the race. Women will vote for Michelle Obama if she runs in 2020, but I think compared to Trump, I mean, she'll get massacred. I mean, Hillary Clinton, I don't like Hillary Clinton at all. That woman is pure evil. Michelle Obama, I think she's misguided. I don't think she's utter pure evil. Her husband is a criminal. Her husband is utter pure evil. I mean, I can't imagine how the CBC could say Obama's got no scandals after this man is executed. How many people via drone strike? How many women and children have died during drone strikes? And I will be holding Trump to this accountability too. But the thing is this apocalyptic view of Trump that the SJWs have is kind of poetic justice in a way because of their own nihilism. That no matter which way these people were going to go, even if Hillary Clinton would have won, these people would still be bowing down to the drum of nihilism, child-free, abortion. And again, these issues, yes, they need to be discussed. They need to, and I'm neutral. I tend to be as fair on every issue as I can. I try to look at both sides of the coin. Gay marriage, LGBTQ, transgenders. I look at them. I have my own views and my own biases on it. Some people agree with me, some people disagree with me. But one thing where I am so rigid on is the advocate for freedom of speech. I do not want to see Trump, and I don't think he'll even bother, because I think it's just beneath him that he won't even bother trying to crack down on SJWs or whatever, because they're so irrelevant. He knows they're irrelevant. To pander to them at all would be, that's why he doesn't apologize to them. Donald Trump has done something very unique. Number one, he's destroyed both political parties in the United States. Now, the GOP is in power, that's true, but they have to get in line with Trump, not the other way around, which is a unique thing in history. Usually world leaders bow to the will of the party, of the government, not the other way around. And the people are definitely on the side of Trump at this point. Again, within 30 days, I think in less than 30 days, even the people that voted for him are going to have criticisms. They already do. But I think they're going to say, well, this man is at least doing what he said he's supposed to be going to do. So I think at the end of the 4 years, Yes, we're going to have breakaway societies. No, it won't be the SJWs. They're not independent mind thinking. These people need authoritarianism. They need to have degeneracy. They need to have strife and inequality in their life. They can't exist without it. They're a victim class. That's their identity. They have to have this struggle all the time. Now, the ones that are going to turn into the Antifas, or call them Bolsheviks 2.0, these people will be dangerous. And you will see radical groups come out of that. You're going to see death cults come out of this. The good news is we're talking SJW death cults, so most of it will be self-inflicted and they won't take it out on most of the people. The bad news about it is you can also see hackers. You're going to see these activist types that burn it all. They're going to burn down Rome. They're going to burn down Constantinople from within. They can't have it. Nobody can. And they're going to be destructive, but they're going to be, I believe, on small scale. But on the other ping pong of that, something that, again, what I've said about men in general, we have to pave the dangerous roads for others to safely walk down. Well, Trump has paved the dangerous road, and probably the number one thing that you could say about Trump, even if he fucks up on everything else or flips or whatever, he killed political correctness to a great degree. This is a door that will open up minds. It will open up creativity. It will also open up dissent, but it will also open up unity. It will also open up a smorgasbord of uniqueness and ideas, because people now don't no longer have to go to get the approval from Hollywood to become an actor. Why? We're going to do it ourselves. We know you guys don't like us. We're not going to pander to you. We're not going to apologize. We're just going to stick to our guns. And unity will come out of that. No matter which way the economy goes, which is going to go rough first. It's going to get a lot darker before it gets better. The seas, again, batten down the hatches, get your life jackets on, prepare wisely, food, bullets, bread, gold, silver, don't keep any more money in the bank than you're willing to lose, etc., etc. That's where we're headed. But out of that storm comes a beautiful renaissance. And out of that renaissance, mostly will be the people who are more nationalist than libertarian, or I think the libertarians will make good no matter which way they go, right? But the collectivist, leftist types, the SJWs, these people are in hell right now. They are literally in hell. Why? Because they can't even understand how it happened. They got so wrapped in the mainstream media echo chamber, so wrapped in their we got this covered, we have the long march through academia. This is all going to be torn down in a very short amount of time. The Common Core, United Nations, Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030, that stuff is going to go away like that. It took them 40, 50 years to get this crazy leftist stuff, Black Lives Matter, George Soros. It really will depend on what Trump does. But at this point, Trump is just along for the ride. Here's what I mean. Because of this win, there's a lot of people that have just suffered the burnout, and I think a lot of people, and worldwide, and somebody asked this on my channel the other day, say, like, it seems like Canadians are always talking about American politics and the world. Is it that dominant in the world? And the answer to that is simply yes. It is really that dominant. I gotta slow down here. I almost had the van, well, not quite on two wheels. I don't want to, got an old guy wandering up and down the street here going to run over. Well, even if I hit him, at least there's a big snowbank for him to fly in. I won't hit him. But if he gets away, the road's right bad. You got to do what you got to do, right? Scratch my van. If I hit you and you scratch my van, there's going to be hell to pay. I'm kidding. I'm not going to run anybody. I do got to watch what I say sometimes. Remember, I have no filter. And I'm clinically diagnosed as being an asshole. So, it's a bad combination to have, but I'm honest. It's a nice day. You see everybody sitting out on the porch. Everybody's out on the porch. Nice winter day. Nice and mild. Would have been a nice day to go skiing. And anyway, I'm going to the hall up in Otter Lake. I drive it up in Otter Lake. I just keep going Otter Lake. So Trump's along for the ride. He's along for the ride because he's basically started something really big, not yet fully realized. The left has no idea what they're dealing with. That's why they can't rationalize it. the people of the mainstream cannot rationalize what they're dealing with at all. They cannot figure out how Trump got elected. People in the government are saying, but all the newspapers, how did they get it so wrong? And that's there's the little key that they got to start looking at. And you're starting to hear media. Some will get it. The more intelligent media pundits will get it eventually. Like, how did we get it so wrong? One guy, like a conservative, more mainstream conservative commentary guy, was saying, yeah, he goes, shut that down. He goes, he goes, I was completely wrong about Trump. He says, we totally underestimated him. But there's a key here. The theme that they didn't pick up on is every media was parroting the same thing. And I think that's what woke a lot of people up. Is some people just see the propaganda for what it is. Others, it takes a little longer. And it's not that they're stupid. It's just that they don't follow any alternative media or anything like that. I hope you guys can see. Put it on. Put it on the screen. Put it on here. Hey, and welcome. All right. I am cleaning up my van, believe it or not. I got one garbage bag almost full. I got all those pop bottles over there from God knows how long ago. Got a half bag of chips spilled there. Yes, I'm going to do a van blog, and I'll try to speak up as loud as I can. I know some of you guys don't like the van blogs very much, but it just today's been a very kind of bizarre day for me because I know I don't have the GoPro. Dude, you spend all that money on the GoPro and you don't use it. Well, I am using it. It's just I'm getting, some footage. It's going to be released as it's going to be released. I'm trying to, with the GoPro, I'm trying to, reversal. I'll end up in the freaking building. With the GoPro, I'm trying to really up the quality of what I do and stuff like that. So it takes more planning, and I got a couple of things that I got planned. Like my ski trip, whenever I do my ski trip, which is only like 2 towns over, but, I guess 2 towns over. Heck, it's +3 right now. We're January thaw, and today would actually be a really good day to go skiing. Watching the snowmobilers coming out of here, 95 snowmobile trail right here. Today's a bizarre day, like I was saying. Okay, so today is the 21st, and I think this is our turning point heading towards spring, so to speak. Solstice. No, we're already past the solstice. What am I talking about? But it is the 21st. We're a month past the solstice. Oh, wow, he's got that whole roof to do. Better him than me. So, bizarre day for me. Why is it a bizarre day? Is it because Donald Trump got inaugurated yesterday? And I watched, or you could either say yesterday, it's going to be referred to historically as 2 days. Today, Donald J. Trump was inaugurated as president, 45th president of the United States, yeah. Or the more dramatic, the day of the SJW apocalypse. Where the guy's built a snowman for his little guy. Holy shit, that's a big snowman. It's like 10, 12 feet tall. Nice. Good job. And I don't know if you've seen some of these SJW freakouts. Like, I know you shouldn't laugh at mentally ill people because it can strike anybody. I know that. And I know better. I do. But allow me to demonstrate. As they're announcing, if you haven't seen I think the girl had green hair, green jacket on, anyway, whatever. I think it was a girl. It's hard to say with this gendered fluid thing, Anyway, sitting there with her hands in the air waiting for the announcement. And it's like, okay, Donald J. Trump is the 45th president. And she's like, no, just having like a brain hemorrhage, kind of just the worst. I can only imagine the psychological trauma this tender snowflake is going through. The amount of therapy that it's going to need and require for this little tender snowflake. Okay, well, whatever, I'm over it. So that's one thing. So there's a bit of a dysphoria for me right now because it's like, I know we're in uncharted waters geopolitically. And things are happening at a speed that don't normally happen in government, such as